And here are the top stories on the news block today. A newborn baby girl found abandoned in Manhattan's Penn Station during the morning rush hour. The very latest on the investigation into this shocking discovery. And we've got an exclusive conversation with disgraced former Congressman George Santos to talk about his future after President Trump commuted his sentence. And the race for mayor and a bombshell poll released today about how close Cuomo and Mamdani would be in a two-person race. Plus, the New York billionaire now asking Curtis Sliwa to bow out of the race. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sharon Crowley. We'll have much more on those stories in a moment, but first we begin with breaking news out of New Jersey. A woman has been attacked by a coyote. This happened just after 1 o'clock this afternoon in Woodcliff Lake. We're told that a 30-year-old woman was bitten in the arm, leg, and back while she was walking her dog in her backyard. Police tell us the woman's dog was also bitten. Officers searched the woods but did not locate the coyote. It's described as being large, around 80 to 100 pounds. This is the first coyote attack reported in Woodcliff Lake. The victim will now have to undergo rabies treatments for at least a month, and we'll have a live report from the scene on the 5 o'clock news. And we're also following developing news right now. Investigators looking for answers this afternoon after a newborn baby girl was found abandoned at Manhattan's Penn Station with her umbilical cord still attached. Fox 5's Lisa Evers is joining us live from the scene. Lisa, what's the very latest?
Well, Sharon, that you can. Some people are calling this a miracle on 34th Street. This newborn baby girl with her umbilical cord still attached, wrapped only in a sheet, left all alone on a staircase in the subway station you see right behind me. This is the 34th Street number 1, 2, and 3 subway station. We just learned that she is in stable condition at Bellevue Hospital after being rescued by police, and now detectives are trying to figure out how she got there. Now, all day long, NYPD investigators have been searching through video, surveillance video, and conducting interviews to determine how this tiny, fragile human being got onto the subway steps. Police tell us she was wrapped only in a sheet on this chilly, windy day and just left there. No note, nothing. Luckily, someone called 911 and alerted police, who rushed to the 1, 2, and 3 train station here just in time. She was taken to Bellevue Hospital, where she's remained alert and conscious. In fact, police told us that she was alert and conscious when they discovered her, so there's no indication of how long she had been there. Here's what some of the riders we spoke to told us.
It's just horrible. I don't know how someone could just leave a baby out here in the middle of the subway, where who knows what happens around here. It's just awful.
I would think whoever left the baby probably needs a lot of love and support, because that's, I'm sure, not an easy decision. So I would hope that whoever that person is able to find the support that they need.
I'm not necessarily surprised.
Not everybody's equipped to be a parent nowadays.
Now, you can be sure that detectives are conducting interviews as well as going through a lot of video surveillance footage in this area. This part of the city, Midtown Manhattan, we're at 34th Street and 7th Avenue, right up from Penn Station, right outside Macy's here. This is a very busy subway station. You can be sure that they are going through a lot of video because there's cameras in so many places, and they have the capability of plugging into other video networks like the video camera feeds on some of the participating stores that work with the NYPD. So it's a matter of time, hopefully, before they find who this child belongs to, who this baby belongs to, and we'll take it from there. But that's the latest, Sharon. The good news is she's been in stable condition all day long at Bellevue Hospital, safe and warm for now. That's the latest here from 34th Street. I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Back to you in the studio.
All right. Thanks, Lisa. We appreciate it. And now to the race for New York City mayor. Early voting begins on Saturday, and the 3 candidates are making their final push to voters. Zohran Mamdani was in Union Square this morning promising that if he's elected, he will be the mayor who finally removes scaffolding around the city and enforces laws that require them to be taken down after a set period of time, so the structures don't remain up indefinitely. Mamdani also responding to Andrew Cuomo, who's been ramping up the pressure on Curtis Sliwa to drop out of the race. Mamdani told Cuomo to focus on his own campaign.
We have a little over 2 weeks left until the general election. And Andrew Cuomo is spending more time pleading with another candidate to drop out than making his case to New Yorkers as to why he would be the next mayor. And the reason for that is he doesn't have much of an agenda to share with New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs.
Well, this morning, Andrew Cuomo made the rounds on cable news while Sliwa spoke at Midtown subway station. Sliwa and Mamdani have been campaigning nearly every day. Cuomo has only held about 36 campaign events since Labor Day. A new AARP poll released this morning shows that Cuomo is only a few points behind Mamdani if it were to be just a 2-person race. But Sliwa says he's not dropping out, as Cuomo calls him a spoiler.
He's never been in government. He has no relevant experience. He runs basically a defunct organization that is highly troubled and problematic. But he does take a certain number of votes, and to that extent, he is a spoiler. I believe he's ultimately irrelevant.
So I would suggest to Andrew Cuomo, stop this nonsense. You are the one responsible for Zohran Mamdani. You got beaten mightily in a Democratic primary that at one time you were 40 points ahead of, and Zohran Mamdani was at 1%.
Well, for more on the race for mayor, tune into Battleground NYC, the fight for your vote, with host S.E. Cup. And you can stream it weeknights at 7 o'clock on the Fox Local app or watch it on Fox 5 after the 10 o'clock news. Well, earlier today, our Jody Goldberg interviewed former Congressman George Santos. The disgraced lawmaker was just released from prison after President Trump commuted his sentence. Here's some of their conversation.
What does Santos 2.0 look like?
I don't know, but I know that it has purpose, and I want literally to reform the prison system. I want to help troubled youth. I want to show them thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not cheat, thou shalt not lie, because thou shalt end up in prison if you do so. And I think it's great to help these kids as a person who's lived all these as facts. I've stolen, I've cheated, I've lied, and I've gone to prison because of that. And I think it's very good to speak to youth so that they understand that that is not the path to walk on, and that it's important to use this newfound liberty. I can't change the beginning of my life, Jody, but I can definitely now change the ending of the book of my life.
All right, for more on Jody's interview with George Santos, tune into the 5 o'clock news and stay up to date on the Fox Local app on your phone. Well, let's turn now to the weather and see what's in store for this afternoon. Here's a live look outside right now. Time to bring in Liv Johnson at the Weather Center for the full forecast. We're starting another week a little overcast when I was out earlier.
I know, but now we're seeing a little bit of sunshine, and that should take us into our Tuesday. So not too bad, you guys. But yes, we had a kind of a nasty system move through. It was pretty calm when it was over us, but then picked up some momentum when it headed over some parts of way out East Long Island and then parts of New England as well. Now, rainfall the past 24 hours, again, not too bad for us, but picked up a little bit for East Hampton, a little over an inch, and then a little more as we get into Rhode Island and Boston. But it did cool us down, right? 8 degrees cooler than we were 24 hours ago, but we see a 15 and 17 degree difference for places like Poughkeepsie and Monticello right now. That puts us at 60 degrees in New York City, 63 for Newark and Belmar, and out east on Long Island. Now, we still have some strong wind speeds, 20 to 25 miles per hour. I'll tell you when we can expect those to calm down a little later in the show. Sharon?
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks, Liv. All right, developing right now in Brooklyn, police are investigating a deadly accident in Sheepshead Bay. Citizen app showing the aftermath. This happened about 11:30 last night on Shore Parkway and East 7th Street. A white Mercedes and motorcycle were exiting the Belt Parkway when the car crashed, flipped over, and struck several parked cars and the motorcycle. The motorcycle rider died, and so did a passenger in the Mercedes. Police say the car's driver left the scene on foot. Also developing, opening statements underway in the second-degree murder trial of Daniel Hayden. He's the New Jersey man accused of driving while intoxicated and crashing into a crowd of people on the Lower East Side. This happened on July 4th, 2024. 4 people were killed, 7 others injured. The trial is expected to take about 2 weeks.